Welcome back. When it comes to entertaining a crowd, there are a few things that can really help set the mood, and one of them is a formal dinner table setting.
But do you know which fork is yours and where does it all go? It can be a little intimidating for both the host but also the guest. This morning we are getting kind of a crash course in formal dining etiquette, and our etiquette expert, author Juliet Mitchell. Good morning.
Good morning. Thanks for having me again.
We're so fancy. You're you know, fancying up the place.
Well,
I appreciate it.
Do that.
You wrote a book about this subject.
I did.
Let's talk a little bit about why it's important for all of us to really understand, maybe just have a basic knowledge of a formal table setting.
In a word, to be comfortable and confident when you're at the table. If you're somewhere you've never been before, you don't know what to do, you kind of freeze up and you don't enjoy the meal and you don't enjoy the people. So it's also about being in that comfort zone when you're at a formal dinner or a formal affair.
Okay, can we talk about courses for a minute? Because that even can confuse me sometimes. Honestly, I don't eat fancy very often. So walk us through courses and how that works with the setting.
Okay, a typical course well, a four-course dinner would be a salad, and it may be paired with something else, but salad is the course. Some people like to have bread, so the bread would pair with that salad. Then the entree. In America, that is the main meal. Then you might have dessert, which is my favorite course. Even after the main part of the meal, a drink can be a course.
Really?
Like a cognac or something, a digestive after the meal can be a course in itself.
Okay, so let's get right into it.
Okay.
We've got one here and one here, so we can kind of show. What are we looking at, and what are the spots that we just need to familiarize ourselves with?
Okay, so this is for one person. There's no extras, and even these plates over here are for dessert. So you may find this more in your home than at a restaurant or banquet facility, but if you see this plate, that is the charger, and it holds the place for the dinner plate, which comes, if you're having a salad, you would have a salad plate, and if you're having a soup, you'll have a soup bowl. So the meal depends on how many pieces you need. If there's no soup, this wouldn't be here. If it's soup and no salad, this wouldn't be here. Okay. And bread plate is separate here, up to the left. So a lot of etiquette experts know this. B and D. So your bread is on your, if you're at a dinner, you go like, which one is mine? It's going to be bread here.
Oh, so with your hands.
A B.
A B and a D. Yes, you go, okay, these are my drinks. I even had someone to pick up the wrong glass here. If you pick this one up, it just messes up the whole thing. So this is about order and flow. So this is your drink. Or BMW, bread, meal, water.
Okay, B for bread, D for drinks. Okay.
M in the middle, meal. Okay.
Why are there so many?
What's with the utensils?
Yes, there are so many of these.
Well, it is fancy.
Yes.
And through time, man has created all of this to eat to certain dishes. So
you work
some
your way
people
in, right?
don't like their food to touch. So after the salad, you want to get rid of the salad fork. So if you've heard work from the outside in, that the meal is going to be served so you can know what to do. If it's salad, then you know it's the outside fork. If it's a soup, then you know it's a soup spoon. And they start disappearing. Then that's the main meal with this knife. If there's coffee served, often in formal affairs, a coffee cup may be bought in. If it's on the table, this is your cup on the right with the rest of the drinks, and you would rest your spoon here.
Okay.
Never put a dirty instrument back on the table.
That was my next question. Where do I put, so where do I put it? Because do I rest it back in the dish, or?
If it's a shallow bowl and you have a soup spoon, you can rest it in the dish. If it's a deep bowl, there will be an underplate about the size of a dinner plate, and you would rest that spoon. So if it's deep, you know what's going to happen.
Okay. Okay, so if you're done, let's say, okay, so soup is done. You finished your meal for the food. Can I have my fork back?
Oh, you want your
Okay. When I'm done, I remember this, I remember learning this, like if you're at a formal setting and there's a waiter or waitress coming, how do you signify that you are done and they can take your plate? And how do you signify, I'm not done, don't take it yet?
Okay, here you go. So this is a downward V. I'm leaving the table, but I'm coming back and I'm going to finish my food.
Oh, okay.
I'm at the table and I'm resting. The knife is on the rim of the plate. It's going to be some separation. If you're right-handed, it's going to look like this. I'm a lefty and mine looks like this, but there's separation. And when you're done, they get back together again, downward right. The food is taken the plate is taken from the right, so this makes sense.
Okay.
All of this makes sense. That's the thing about it. It's very practical. The server's going to reach in and grab it from here.
So like 4 or 5 o'clock kind of thing on
Between
the clock?
4 and 5 on a clock face, yes.
Okay. Can I ask you a random question about buttering bread? Because this always gets me every time. Do you take the butter? It's a shared butter, right? This is happening.
No, this is great.
And so do you take it and do you put like a smear on your plate and then use it that way? Or how do you handle bread and butter?
If the butter is not separate on your plate, you would take the communal bowl, use your knife, and get enough that you're going to need for the whole time. Because you can't go back in again because you've used the knife, right?
Yes.
So if you love butter, just lavish yourself with butter, and now it's yours, right? Sometimes there is a communal dish and you can scoop out of.
Okay.
And then sometimes it may be placed individual. But this is one of the keys. Take the bread and don't just chomp down on it, right?
Okay.
You're going to take a bite-sized piece, butter it, lay the big piece down, and then
eat that.
As far as the napkins, are you the second you sit down, are you supposed to put it on your lap, or do you wait till food comes?
You should put it on your lap when you sit down, unless there's a qualifier. If there's a distinct host and everybody is to wait, then don't touch anything. Once you start touching things, even water, because I had this to happen, water has condensation. A napkin is for 2 reasons: to protect your clothing, your lap, and to dab, not wipe your face, but dab. So I picked up the glass, and some of the condensations fell on my dress and it left a spot. So this is to protect your clothing as well as that.
And again, if it's not your thing, it's not really my thing. You're going to end up somewhere at some time with it. Also, I find that it kind of slows me down a little bit because someone has prepared a beautiful meal, and if it's like this, I might slow down and eat it and appreciate it in a different way.
That is true. Especially in America, we eat big and we eat fast. So laying our instruments down between bites, then you chew, the other person's talking, and it's kind of a dance back and forth. But if you got them and you're ready to go, you're going to dig in and chow down. So.
And you don't want people to be like, did you see that Amy?
That's right.
She had no idea what she was doing.
They're talking about me all
it
the
helps
time,
you pace yourself through the meal.
Juliet, great stuff.
All right.
I love this, like lesson 101.
Thank you.
I love it.
Well, you'll find everything you need to know to get started in the book, and then we can start eating.
There you go.
Let's do it.
Yes, to learn more about all the ins and outs of etiquette and everything formal dining, pick up a copy of her book. You see it right there. It's called Manners Are Memorable at the Dinner Table. It's available on Amazon right now. Fox 9 Good Day. We'll be right back.